Critical Role is preparing for a bloodbath, D&D reveals 5 new player species, and Daggerheart is already winning some big accolades.
That's high praise!
Welcome to Fantasy News Friday on the Character Sheet, your home for the week's biggest fantasy and TTRPG news. Before we talk some Daggerheart, D&D, and more, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep these videos coming? And then, let's dive into the news. The penultimate episode of Critical Role's Age of Umbra came and went, and while the party remains intact for now, it largely felt like Matt was rushing to get them to the final location of the campaign in time for the final episode next week. A lot of time was spent talking up the dangers of the Queens and Amber Reach and the Cinnabar Quarter specifically. Also shout out to the Cinnabar Quarter for potentially being a cool Dark Sun reference snuck into the campaign by Matt. But no deadly ambushes or encounters happened, and the party largely sped through there after a short puzzle sequence. The forest was likewise talked up as this dangerous and foreboding place, but once again it just felt like in an effort to get this party to the goal line for next episode, they were just kind of rushed through. Even the boss encounter, as I like to call the big combats in Age of Umbra at this point, had an out where they avoided most of the combat with the Guardian who resembled a massive evil Groot monster, but it all laid the foundations for a very bloody final episode. We still have Liam and his character Screeve lurking out there waiting for the perfect chance to ambush the party and get his revenge for the death of zombie Adelia. And you get the feeling that Matt was accelerating the timeline because he knew he had some truly insane stuff planned for the finale that he just wanted to absolutely make sure the party got to in time. And in Age of Umbra, that tends to mean big combats and player deaths. With a murderous Screeve still waiting in the wings, and the final boss of this Soulsborne-inspired campaign waiting to show up, the question now basically becomes how many, if any, characters will survive the final episode next week.
Do you eat balls?
No. But you like yours, don't you?
I do.
And I'll bite them off.
In other Critical Role news, the Daggerheart core set is finally back in stock, and is already winning some big accolades. NPR, the pioneers of whisper-talking the news at you, have released their staff picks for the best games of 2025 so far, including everything from video games to board games. And while there are some obvious choices among their over 20 picks, like Elden Ring Night Rain, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and Death Stranding 2, among their picks of the board games was a single TTRPG, Daggerheart. The game was praised for its approachability and robust digital tool system, as well as how its hope versus fear mechanic added stakes to every single roll at the table. NPR finished their little mini review by calling Daggerheart a long-term contender in the world of TTRPGs, and given that you can finally buy the core set again after the game completely sold out of its initial print run, we'd have to say that the fans seem to agree, as Daggerheart shows no signs of losing steam anytime soon.
All gas and no brake.
The controversial new Harry Potter series on HBO has finally revealed a first look at the new cast and character and in costume on set. From Nick Frost disappearing behind a massive beard as the new Hagrid, to the show clearly trying to make the new Harry Potter, Dominic McLaughlin, look as much like a young Daniel Radcliffe as humanly possible, the photos from the start of production on the new HBO series certainly appear to show the series spending a lot of money to try and recreate the magic of the movies, now that the original cast have basically moved away and distanced themselves from their iconic roles and their controversial author, J.K. Rowling. We even got our first look at the new slimmed-down version of the Dursleys, the obnoxious relatives of Harry that had him living under the stairs. Some key roles, like Snape and Dumbledore, have still not revealed their actors in costume yet, and the show will always have a huge mountain to climb to try and reach the level of popularity that Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint achieved in the much-loved movies, but with the series not set to debut until sometime in 2027, they certainly appear to have the time and money to see if they can draw in that new generation of Potter fans.
Good luck.
And finally, D&D has revealed 5 new player species in their Eberron Forge of the Artificer's sourcebook. While some are brand new, others represent changes to the species that have previously existed in D&D 5th edition and have just not had their official 2024 rule set launch yet. The one brand new race, the Koravar, are a blend of human and elven ancestry who have a combo of both races' best abilities, although in a different way than half-elves, including the elven resistance to charm, dark vision, and a human skill versatility, allowing them a free additional skill or tool proficiency that they can change every long rest. For the other 4 returning races, we have the Kalishtar, humanoids bound to spirits in the plane of dreams, who are now considered to be aberration creature types, and can communicate telepathically with Mindlink without needing to see their target anymore. Changelings are back, and they finally get advantage on charisma checks like persuasion and deception while shapeshifted, which is something fans have been wanting for a long time. The Shifter race is basically unchanged from their last appearance in Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse, except they can now choose to be medium or small size to represent a wider variety of animal ancestries. And the Warforged got some major overhauls, now just officially becoming construct creature types, getting advantage on saving throws to end poison, losing the need for any sleep and gaining immunity to sleep magic, and being immune to basically all natural forms of exhaustion. So if you are excited to see some classic Ebberon races finally get updated for the new 2024 rule set, make sure you grab the Ebberon sourcebook when it finally releases on August 19th. And that's all we have this week on Fantasy News Friday. Let us know what your favorite segment was down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.